Hello, this is a brief little video that goes over the things we demonstrated at the meet and greet meetings this week. If you were able to come to the meet and greets and may have forgotten something, this is a refresher. And if your family wasn't able to either come in person or look at this virtually with us, here it is. This is the Google Classroom page. Yours looks a little different than mine, but there's two big things there the same. You have 6 of them. There's 6 classes for each of you because you have 4 core classes and 2 special classes, and a lot of the same things still work for you. If you forgot how to get to this page, let me show you. You would just go to the search bar and type in google.com, and it will take you to a page like this. If this is the first time you're doing it on a device, you might need to make sure you log in as yourself. And you do that by going up to this little icon. It'll look like a blank face or a letter. Just click there and log in as yourself. Your username should be 27 first.lastname at mapleschools.com. And if you forgot your password, just send a message to one of your teachers and we'll be able to give you your password. But once you're there, you click on these 9 little dots. We call it the waffle. You click on the 9 little dots. See, it looks like a waffle. You click on Classroom, and that takes you back to the Classroom page. Now, this is a very important thing to know. At 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, every day that we have school, you're going to click on your class. That's your first core class. For my homeroom, it's math. For you, it might be different. So once you get to the class that's your first core class, you're going to want to get into your live session. Now, some teachers are using Meet, some teachers are using Zoom. We're just going to see which one works best for you. If you're using the Zoom, let me show you there's a couple extra steps. So if you click on the Zoom link, the first time you're not going to get any of this information on the box. That's a security procedure. So the first time you get in, you're not going to have anything here. You would just simply click on the URL, that's like all these numbers and letters up top, and hit enter. That's where the success came from, because it knows that my device used it. So once you have all of this, you'll click Launch Meeting, Join from Browser. You have to type in your name. If you don't type in your first name and your last name, they won't know who you are for attendance purposes. So make sure you type in your first and last name. Click that I'm not a robot, and you'll get to join in. Right now, I'm not in that Zoom meeting, so I can't give you permission, but that's how you'd get into a Zoom. This is how you would get into a Meet. If you see a Meet link here, click on the Meet link. If you don't see a Meet link here, then go down to Zoom. They'll have a Zoom link posted right here. The Meet link sort of goes like this. You click on the Meet link. You have an option to either turn your camera off. Oh yeah, this is me, by the way, Mr. Grant. You can turn the camera off or on and then join in. As long as I'm in there, you can be in there. Now, there's a couple cool things that you can see here. Turn the camera back on. There we go. There's a couple cool things that you can see here on the Meet that are exactly the same on the Zoom. They just look a little bit different. Now, on here on the Meet, we have a raise your hand and a thumbs up. On the Zoom, I think it's put over around here somewhere. And over here somewhere on the Zoom is also this same button, the chat. See, whenever we're going over our lesson, if you have a question, you can type in, I have a question. And we'll see the question, we'll be able to answer your question for you. If we don't get to it during that live session, we can record it and we can go back and look at it. Teachers will use this to present their lessons. They'll sort of look something like this. I can show you this and this and this, and everything just presents as if you're looking at my screen. Zoom does the same thing. Zoom has the chat, has the hands up, and also has the present mode. Now, the button to turn off the camera, turn it back on, and if you get called on, oh, I know the answer, it's 3. Cool? Now, at about 8:25, your teachers are going to give you a couple directions, remind you what your next class is. Speaking of your next class, it looks sort of something like this. This is something we've been giving to parents who come in for meet and greets, and we send them to people who have the digital ones. This is your schedule. If your first class is Ms. Van, it looks like this. You have Ms. Van, Matthews, Matisak, and Grant at those times. And then you'll have 2 UA classes that I can tell you about later. If you have me first period, you have language arts next, science and social studies. Please note the times. They're half-hour increments, and then you have 2 20 minutes to end the day. If you have social studies first, those times with those classes, and if you have Ms. Matthews' science first, those are the times, and those are your classes. Please note that these are the best ways to get in touch with us using the Remind app, and those are our codes. These are our email addresses, and these are our phone extensions. Notice the phone extensions are almost exactly the same, just the different last letter. If you reach out to one of us, we can get in quick contact and get in touch with the others. So at about 8:25, your teacher's going to say, this has been fun, this is what you got to do next, show you a couple things about your classwork, and the meet is over. When you end that meet, as quick as you can, go back to your Google Classroom, clicking on these 3 lines, just like stepping out in the hallway. Then you go to your second core. And after that's done, go to your third core. Go to your fourth core. I don't have any UAs on my schedule, but then you go to your UA classes. Pretty simple and straightforward. So you follow your schedule, Core 1, Core 2, Core 3, Core 4, your Core 5's right after. You'll have a 40-minute little break there, and then you finish up your day with your last UA. Now the day is not completely done, because there's something else that you need to know about. Every day, each of us are going to post in the Classwork tab an assignment. Let me show you what a couple of them look like. I have them posted in my homeroom. The Classwork, we have Google Forms. We have slides. The cool thing about slides is you can click and drag things, you can draw lines, we can embed videos, and you can type in text boxes. My personal favorite, Google Docs. The reason I really like Google Docs a whole lot, well, this is the teacher view, but in the student view, you can type in a private comment. You type something in the private comments and post it, it's just like you raise your hand in class, because once you post it, a notification goes right to our phones, and we know that you need help. Now, keep in mind, these classwork assignments will be posted every day, and we encourage students to turn them in the day that they're assigned. Make sure you get them done that day so they don't stack up on you, and so you'll be ready for the next live lesson. If they're not turned in by the end of the day on Sunday, I believe 11 o'clock p.m. is the deadline, then we have to start taking some points off. So just to recap, you log into Google Classroom, click on the Meet link or the Zoom link. Once you're done with your first Meet, you go to your second one, third one, fourth one, and then your 5th UA class. Nothing's populated there because everyone has a different one. If you're not sure of your schedule, just message one of these teachers and we'll be happy to let you know. You'll have one more UA and then your classwork. If you have any questions or if there's anything you're unsure about, message or contact one of us using one of these methods and we'll be happy to help you. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday morning and every day after. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care.